So hi, my name is Sarvesh and you're watching D365 Notes. So today the agenda of this video is to cover per diem rates and per diem expenses in D365 expense management. So let's get started. So what is per diem? So per diem is some kind of daily allowances provided by the business to cover your business expenses or business trip expenses, some kind of a reimbursement type of thing. So per diem expenses are like meal provided on your business trip, lodging, and incidental expenses occur during your business trip or activities. So these are the per diem expenses. So how to configure that we will be covering in the this D365 finance and operation tutorial. So these per diem expenses are given by employer to their employees. Let's start with the basic setup part of the per diems. So for per diem expenses, first thing first is parameters. So let's see how what are the parameters we need to keep in mind. So what are the parameters we have to keep in mind while setting up per diem in D365 finance and operation. So for per diem parameters, we have to go to modules, expense management. Under the expense management module, you will see setup and setup. Under setup, you will see general and expense management parameters. Here you will find per diem. So just click on this and you have to first put your minimum hour for per diem. Means you are doing any kind of trip. So for that you can decide a specific minimum hour. So for example, if you are going for a trip, then the first day and last day default minimum hour and maximum hours are like calculated. Based on that we can provide our per diem allowances. So let's take 9 hours. 9 hours. Okay. After that, percentage of meal percentage. So it can be like a 23%. Okay. And let's take hotel percentage as 50 and other is 27%. Okay. So this is the calculation. It should be 100% of the per diem. So 20% meal, sorry, 23% meal, 50% your hotel expenses, and other percent is 27%. So it depends on company to company basis. Okay, so we will be covering a basic scenario. So we will not go in reduction part, and we will discuss this reduction part and rounding and all in a separate video. So now this is the setup part. After that we have to create a shared category for per diem expense. So go to expense management and under the setup journal you will see shared categories. Okay, here I have already created the per diem category. This is available, so I will show you how to create. So click on new. Here let me mention P1 per diem. Then you have to mention this can be used in expense. Okay, and you have to select expense type as a per diem. Now click on save. So this is how it is created. Now once the shared category is created, you have to create your expense category. For expense category you have to go to expense management, setup, general, and expense categories. Now I will click on new button. So here, from here you can select your per diem category. So this is my per diem, and default method of payment, either you can select cash or credit card. So I will create one credit card as well. Default method of payment. So click on new and CC credit card I can mention over here. So this is my credit card. Okay, then offset account will be my ledger, or you can select vendor as well. You can create credit card vendor and select. So let me select vendor, and let me create one more vendor for this. Right click, view details. Okay, click on new button, card. Okay, group, I will be selecting local, save, and let me go back. So I will mention this as my offset account. Okay, now I will go back and I can mention my credit card vendor. So click on save and my credit card will appear here. Okay, and once it is selected, you will see that your expense type is per diem and default method of payment is credit card. That's it. Now you have to create your per diem location. So for per diem locations, click expense management, setup, calculation code, and per diem locations. So click on new button, select your region. So in my case, it is India, and city is, for example, state is Delhi, and location is also Delhi. Okay, save, go back. Now you have to create per diems. Now I will click on new button. So here we can define our per diem amount as per the locations. So I will show you. I will select my location, and my currency is INR, and date from I can select today's date or any existing date I can select. So let's take this date, and here my hotel will be 5,000. Okay, and my meal will be 1,000, and other expenses can be uh, let's take 3,000. Okay, that is the setup, and I will create one more location. Here I will select India location. Okay, in India the state will be let's say Chandigarh, state province Chandigarh, and my location is Chandigarh only. Okay, click on save. Similarly, I will go to per diems again, and I can define the location here, and my currency is INR, date from is first, and my hotel expenses are, for example, 7,000. Let's take 7,000, and meal expenses is 2,500. Other expenses is 4,000. Okay, so let's see. This is the setup part of per diem. Now I will duplicate one more tab, and let me go to expense management. Okay, and expense management, go to expense report, click on new report. Purpose of the report is meeting, and I will click OK. So here system will ask you the transaction amount and expense category, but you have to select your per diem. So once per diem is selected, the system will update a new form. Now you have to mention your per diem location first. Here what I have done is I have selected start date as 6. Okay, and my to date is, from date is 6, and to date is 8. So system automatically calculated 27,000. So how it calculated is, for Delhi 5,000 plus 1 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 into 3, it will approximately calculate 27,000. So if I increase the date, so which is 9, it will calculate 9 4 the 36. Okay, so it will calculate like this. For example, if I select Chandigarh, it will calculate 54,000. Let me show you what is the calculation. 7,000 plus 2,500 plus 4,000 is 13,500, and 4 is, let me, 54,000. So which is correct only. If I mention here 10th, it is 67,500. So let me open the calculator again. If I open calculator, 13,500 into 5, 67,500. So this is the basic calculation in D365 for per diems. So if you have any doubts or any questions related to this feature, this is the very basic per diem feature available in the D365. So you can use this, and after that you can submit and post the expense report, and you can calculate after that. So that is the process in D365 finance and operation. So that's it for today. I will see you in the next one. Tata, bye bye. See you in the next one.